Good morning and good Friday as I shoot this lovely video. If I can get a sound and audio check, that'd be excellent. We're looking pretty lovely on my end. I just want to touch with the boys here. We were going to shoot simultaneously a video via Facebook and Instagram, but we've got some updates and some announcements, some storytelling to take place. So where are we at? So the current update as of this morning, what's going to take place. Are we holding up? Okay, so the current update on a lovely Friday is that the live streams are coming back. You'll see them more frequently, which is beyond exciting. And that is that pretty much the reason of the live stream is to show, thank you, Roy. Infield live stream is just pure disposable to identify this cold approach PUA approaching women and learning the skill set. It's not perfect. You might get an interaction and take home a girl or just simply number close, whatever the case may be, in minutes. And sometimes it can take a very large amount of time. But at the end of the day, you can get results. You just have to put yourself out there. Now, depends on where you're located around the world. Here in Los Angeles on October 22nd, it's about 55 degrees Fahrenheit. On the other side, it might be warmer, but there's still people out and have to go upon their day. They're going to go upon their day. They're going to do whatever they have to do. So it doesn't mean you have to go to a bar, a nightclub. You can go out and pick up women. It's like, if I was to share with you the time frames when I pick up, Greece is in the house. The times I pick up girls, it'd be like, wow. Sometimes it might be like a 3. Sometimes it might even be like, okay, so we have a group of older women sitting here on my right-hand side. Now, actually, it's a mother with her daughter. And her daughter is really attractive in line. She probably looks, by the nose and the bone structure, she's Turkish. You might even get an open. But until then, doesn't matter the time and day. You've got to go out and you got to take action. It's like the thing that I got lately. It's showing up to the gym more regularly and identifying what's the best time for myself to get to the gym. Getting to the gym, it took multiple weeks to start going regularly. Then followed by it became to identify what time frame. Okay, one thing that it doesn't affect, but I cannot be around that environment when people are on their phone, they're jaw jabbing, or they're just going through the motions. Like, they're men and female. They're on the treadmill, walking slower that they would normally walk. And why in the fuck are you on the treadmill? I don't know. But at the end of the day, my happy medium is basically from 3 to 5 a.m. Ideal in that time frame. I might go in today at 4:30. I might went in yesterday at 4, sometimes at 3. Last week, there was 2 clock-ins at 2 a.m. At the end of the day, showing up to the gym is going to dictate the rest of your day. Secondary, if you just go to the gym, there's nothing but positive things to come from that. And I can just share with you simply on to the next topic. The amount of stress that you may be going through, it's going to, how should I say this? Well, first, it's going to release a level of endorphins that no matter what stresses or negative thoughts, a few individuals have reached out to me and mentioned about the certain negative thoughts they might have. They don't want to be there. Look, when I say show up, just keep going. Find something, find a tune, find a track, find a clip, find a movie, find something that is just going to get you, it's just going to get you going. That's like essential. How's the audio, by the way? When's the last time you pulled? A few days ago? A few days. Been pulling. It's interesting too because an attractive physical woman there, glancing multiple times, got her twice with her man. First of all, it's for disrespect. Secondary, the man might sense that, but then starts to get closer in proximity. It's like, yo, to just be confident. You know, like people are going to cheat. They're going to cheat. People are going to commit suicide. They want to commit. People are just going to do what they're going to do, and that's basically bottom it. So at the end of the day, yeah. But let's get back to talking. Audio's excellent. Fuck yeah. To wrap up the gym combo, I've been clocking in between 3 and 5 a.m. And then it went from like 45 minutes to 60 minutes, and now it's over an hour and a half, 2 hours. I try not to be in there over 2 hours, but lately, even back to back, I'm just getting, first I see that my strength is increasing. Secondary, I just want to keep going more. And because of the minor little results. And if I was to tweak a couple of eating habits, which I have drastically, but you can't do shit. You can't do things overnight and day. It's that simple. But you just got to stay at it. And that's the best thing as well. Mentally, I feel strong no matter potential stresses. But I'm excited to see, quite simply, what my infield is upcoming. I'm excited. You might see a live stream soon. I can tell you that. But leading on to the next thing besides the gym, simply show up. Then when you're there, you have certain thoughts, whatever it may be going through your head. Your body's feeling this or that. Put something on. A track, a movie clip. I share on my IG stories all the time, little snippets. It's never the same thing every day. Every day, it's something different that I have to just fucking click on. It's the hardest little things are the easiest things, but the discipline has to come along with it as well. And now it's like, for me, do or die. And even if I don't post, I'm still at the gym clocking in as well, because I position myself to be so close to the gym where it's just like, come on. So anyways, moving on forward to the next thing. As I'm shooting this live stream now, I'm going to post a video that I filmed. I believe the date was July 26th. Now, it's been a couple of months, but I decided, let me just share it. I'm going to have to make some tweaks on the timestamps because they're not correct. So as it premieres, and it's set to premiere shortly after this live stream on the channel, I got to update those timestamps. We're going to be coming immediately as well. But I would suggest just look through it. And secondary, I'm going to give credit to my number one biggest troll, or at least trying, but I wish him well, is the individual that called 2 times. Secondary, first I take responsibility because at the end of the day, I leaked the girl's telephone number on a live. So he called her and basically shared with her that I was shooting a live stream. And then that's that. But I will post the video on the description, which I'm sure he's watching, might remove it. At the end of the day, he might need credit. I think we should just pray for him at the end of the day. But that is scenario number, day was the first offense. Second offense, I went out with this Russian girl, which you'll see in the video premiering shortly. And he ended up calling the location of where we were at and addressed to the manager. And obviously I know staff and people, and I address people by their names and respectful all across the board. So he tried to come at me, and in the context of just contacting the manager came at me. I know him. I mean, I know people by their names. So he asked me to talk for a second. I said, feel free to, I mean, you can tell me just in front of the girl. Look, quite simply, it's a juicy, I guess you can say, interaction was incredible. So the manager pulled me to the side and he said, someone called and said that you're shooting or something like that. And I was like, I understand. Where's the camera at? And then there was, he was stuck in his tracks. And I said, fair enough. We were actually leaving at the end of the day. I don't want problems. I'm going to take off. You know what? If you have an issue, why don't you just come at me and address it politely? I visualize the potential. Francis, day 2, in the zone, conversation. A person, male or female, they might come at me. I welcome that, actually, so that you can see how strong my fucking frame control is, no matter what comes at me or who. There is nothing wrong that is being done. It's that simple. So anyone wanting to have a word or two with me and my guests, I welcome that. And then you can share. But just understand one thing. My frame control is so stronger than anybody's out there. It's just like, I wouldn't even suggest wasting breath or energy, whatever it may be, as well. So you analyze the thought if you want to call a location, or like I said, I welcome anybody to show up while I'm with one of my interactions, and then you can make that assessment and see how I've got the strongest frame control, because nothing is being done. We're having a conversation, nothing. So you make that assessment, and like I said, I welcome it, and maybe just get off behind the computer and do something, go cold approach, go learn a skill set. If you come in good terms, I might even offer to help, look, in this life, there's no space for negativity, hatred. I have none of that. And when I mean it, when I say things, it's complete facts. When I say I wish them well and I'll pray for them, I mean that. There's no H, that H-A-T word, H-A-T-E word in my vocabulary. It never comes out of my mouth because, I don't have that. I sleep well at night. Sometimes it might be stressful. Sometimes it might be fun. Whatever the case may be, or your back is against the wall, I just understand that the next day, God willing, I have a reset. And then I'm just going to go at it again. It all depends on your mindset and how you leave it at that. We're not going to do questions yet. Let me pop one question real quick if anyone has anything. People worry about getting too much, but they don't even have the confidence to talk to the girl. That is correct. And what I've realized, maybe subconsciously in the last handful of years, but now consciously in the last 3 months, I've noticed that people are just going upon their days like if they're just going to fucking live forever. It's crazy. It's crazy. I'm looking at 7 people right now, and they're all on their phone looking down. And the couple right here. It's disrespect the guy's on his phone because he's with this girl. Everyone's to each their own at the end of the day. But what I can share with you in the last 3 months, that I've been deeply in the rabbit hole at the gym and making these adjustments on how I feel mentally and physically, and upcoming things and whatever the case may be, and defining goals and certain things. It's they're just, people are living like they're gonna fucking live forever, and it's really unfortunate as well. It's really unfortunate. Lately, as a side note, what I have been doing and why I came down to that conclusion is because I have silenced majority of everything out of my mental headspace. And then I realized I can't be in the gym after 8 a.m. because all the events that are taking place, people texting and calling. You just got to go rogue. You got to go quiet. You got to identify a lot of things, certain changes that I want to make. Certain changes I have to deal as a co-parenting there's a lot, but at the end of the day, I never detract from my integrity and my long-term focus. But yeah, constant people all over the fucking place. What's the best thing to say on a direct approach in a store? Moving a store on a moving target. A direct approach, I would highly suggest saying something that you really mean. And that just goes hand in hand if it's indirect or a direct. But we're talking direct. I see a girl, I'm going to quite simply just ask her, I saw you, you look fucking stunning. I might even just, I'll tell a girl a very piercing compliment, day or night, I don't care. Those girl right now, came in right now, you know, on her way to work, on her lunch break, whatever the case may be, even at nighttime, you look fucking stunning. And then I came down to a few decisions that took place last night, or should I say yesterday midday. Live streams are coming back, and night game. I just had to go down the rabbit hole on the gym. The gym in the last few months has done more for me mentally than physically, even though I feel my physique, like I'm just like, it feels great. Like it's do or die. But I'm excited what that's going to bring on the cold approach, night game, day game, whatever the case may be. So we got cold approach coming back, live streams, and then we got night game, and into our big move soon. We'll just call that the Annihilation Project. That's going to premiere shortly. Annihilation Project coming soon. But until then, live streams are back, and followed by the night game. How we're going to balance that, I don't know. But what I do know is that we're just going to go for rapid closes. And it's probably going to be rare, but we're going to be able to get any live streams on film. We attempted that. I'm just not even going to attempt. Unless it's something on the street, there's a window. I don't know. There's no promises, but I can tell you live streams are coming back. And we're going to hit night game. So you're just going to have to stay tuned for the IG stories. And we're going to start trying to post on Facebook and Instagram a little more. That being said, until that's just all this, the live streams and the night game. Night game, sharpen the skill set fast. Boom, so that's pretty much stories we're going to tell you on the IG stories. And the breakdowns, the live streams cold approach, just disposable. Just for those individuals that like to potentially troll or just run their mouth behind their computer desk and they're not going to show cold approach. I wish them well, and just you want to come at me, I'm here in Los Angeles. Until my number 2 comes from down under and we get the Annihilation Project started. There you go, Naili. Thanks. Good morning. Please make more infill videos. Infill videos are coming, as I just mentioned. You're alive. Do you teach combat? For the troll asking this question, I'm not in the military, which you know. I'm going to post a video down in the description of a special Canadian individual that made a video because he likes when I rock the elbow patches and tell girls I'm in the military. But I do have a martial arts background since I was in high school, and I'll leave it at that. What's the best dating app? Might be rhetorical, but at the end of the day, I don't believe in online dating. I know that it does work, and I did master that in 2015. But at the end of the day, my heart is in the cold approach because I had a conversation with a very stunning, attractive woman all across the board physically. Holy fuck's sake. She was awesome. Girl. I see myself about a month and a half, 2 months. You're gonna see her on my stories. But quite simply, throughout all of our conversation that we had in between, you know, whatever environments that were in our current environment with things taking place, this is what took place. I don't know how online came on, but then I just mentioned, by the way, are you online? And she said, I will never do online because if you can make it on online, you're never gonna make it in the real life, in the real world. And I was just like, that makes a lot of sense because at the end of the day, if you're just trying to suck validation and suck validation and suck validation, and keep in mind, this goes back to guys that want to be on a dating app. The amount of time you take sending messages and taking pictures and putting on these forums, seeking these guys. What do you think about my pictures? Like, you're a man with a dick and two balls. You should never ask another man, especially random, in a form where it's a pattern of men asking other men, which is okay to a certain point. But look, throw it out there, roll with it. Who gives a fuck? What do you guys think about my number one picture, my number three picture? Like, what do you think about my picture? You guys, any feedback is welcome. Like, why don't you just go approach that girl sitting on that, sitting down? What about this couple right here with the third wheel? Or maybe they look like friends. Hey, by the way, you and your boyfriend. Oh, cool. Hey, I saw you. I'm about to head to the office. Like, cold approach is where it's at, guys. Just leave it at that. I don't know how many know my story, but at the end of the day, what I can tell you is that I sacrificed everything, like fucking everything, for the cold approach. And I'm going to give it all I got to my last breath. And that's that, 35. I felt mentally fucking strong. And I think it's just getting better and better. And certain elements and challenges that might be thrown at me, whatever the case may be, I'm flabbergasted on how I address these situations and scenarios that come at me. It's pretty impressive as well, because only deflection of being in the cold approach and having fast, rapid night game where girls go home with me in minutes. And that's why I'm a little excited to make the decision as of yesterday to get back into the field night game. Who knows how that's going to go and reflect on my early gym sessions. We'll cross that bridge. It's Friday, baby. But cold approach is where it's at. It's that forward. I don't know. Once, I would say what I was going to share right now, once I'm in a position where I might give some time to online, I will, but with long-term goals, traveling cities and countries and coachings and just like television. I mean, who knows? But at the end of the day, cold approach is where it's at. So there's no dating apps as well. The only one. Where we at? Probably someone is way to go. Yep. Tommy wants me to rate another individual. Don't know who. I don't know who a lot of people are, and there's some that I do know, but all information in any industry, whatever the case may be, might be subjective. It's just perspective, and hopefully you could assess what's true and what's not true. What I was taught: don't don't believe what you see, and believe half of the things that you hear, or vice versa, whatever the case may be. I don't see things because she's wearing that, or like all these social media models. Uh, Bro, there's a lot going behind the scenes with these Instagram models that you guys are putting on the fucking pedestal. It's just absurd. But everything's information is subjective, and I would only suggest go with people that have genuine good intentions that you can take from their experiences. It's that straightforward as well. But I have nothing bad to say about anyone. But what I can share with you is that in the martial arts art form, you want to be practical, and practicality is always on the long term going to win. What about the best guys out there? A couple guys in their 40s, right? The two legends with the best credibility, long term, multi-million dollar company. He's 41, 42. What's his cold approach? I don't know. But he's preaching, huh? That he spent 20 years in the game. Fair enough. Wish him well. But where's the updated footage? That's all I got. And then the other guy I'll mention, Mystery, I'll give him credit because there's only two individuals that have my respect in the game, and that's going to be Julian Blanc and Eric Mystery. It's that simple. Those two guys got my respect. I know them personally back in the day, and those guys got some good game. I mean, fire game. Like, things you cannot even imagine. I think, in my personal opinion, Mystery would have dominated everyone and everything all across the board. He would have been the biggest fish in the sea, in the ocean. But whatever circumstances took place in between, he's doing pretty well, and he's still teaching because it's in his heart, in his skill set. Besides the amount that he's charging, he's solid, and he's not gonna leave anytime soon. So Eric, Julian Blanc, those two guys, my respect. Only guys. Anyone else, irrelevant. And a lot of these small-time guys, younger guys, I saw a name pop up. I remember when they started. I gave them advice in Miami in 2012 or 13. But what do we got, guys? What are we popping out? I don't bet on any fights. I don't watch anything. I start my days usually at the gym, get into the zone, get into either the treadmill or the Stairmaster. I do an assessment. So when I'm on the machine, okay, I'll look this way, I won't look that way. There's some distractions here. So when I'm in the gym, I start the mornings off at the gym, whatever time it may be. I alternate from the treadmill to the Stairmaster. I get into my zone. I stay focused. I do an assessment. How I feel mentally. How do I feel physically? And then from that point, I see, okay, I'm a little tight here. I'm a little sore here. I'm going to work this. For me, there's no excuse not to work out every single day. That's just where I'm at. For me, it's just like do or die because if my chest and my upper body's feeling tight, I'm going to hit some leg work, okay? If my leg's tired and my upper body's like so, but I'll hit some abdominals, and then you can hit lowers, upper, obliques. There's a lot to take place at the end of the day. That's how pretty much I have my day. Any podcasts in YouTube, nothing, 0, 0, 0. Just no stimulus. Stay focused. If I'm not posting, I'm researching, or I'm focusing on my kid, and even making certain arrangements for the Annihilation Project. And that's pretty much already on paper. It's just a matter of time for my number 2 to show up from down under. There's no best thing. There's no perfect world. There's no perfect. It's just speak from the heart and say whatever comes to mind. It's really that simple. Like, there's just no overthinking. You see her, boom. That, like, no matter the case may be. If she's in line, you'd be like, hey, long line, here, join me. And then you have a conversation with her. You might have to even sit down. I mean, that might even post a video of me waiting for my food, or about to sit down, and then she's waiting for her food, and then she ended up just having an instant date with her, and it worked out pretty well. She's like a soccer player. She lives about an hour and a half away from here. But we ended up meeting a couple times. India's in the house. Sweet. LAX. All right, so my boy Snowman wants to know why I got the code on. I actually have two similar like this, altered, fitted. That was just a decision that I made opposed to putting on the leather jacket. I said, let me just throw on the coat. It was that simple. It was nothing special. No cages, not even for the live stream. I just said, you know what, I'm gonna, since I don't have a collar on this one, I do have the patches for my number one fan in Canada watching this. Um, no special occasion. It was just a decision: do I wear the jacket or do I wear the coat? And even though every girl that's walking in line, they just start looking over as well. So they come out here, small conversation. It's like easy, you know. It doesn't matter if I had a coat or if I was sweaty, smelling myself like I was when I was doing my abdominal workout at about 6:45 this morning. I was like, man, I need to shower because I can smell myself. But I just kept hitting the abs as work. But I said, you know what? That just brings me a flashback when back in 2013, I went out infield with my mentor. He canceled, so I went out with my other mentor, Julian Blanc, and he was sick, but he said, let's go out, Frank. We're gonna go out fucking after like shit. And he literally just showed up to the Roosevelt, and after a couple of approaches, he ended up taking a girl home, good-looking girl home, and I was just like, are you fucking kidding me? So at the end of the day, being smelly, sick, dressed up, uh, the energy is going to express if it's good all across the board. And I'm excited. And I think there'll be some points where I'm just going to just focus on challenging myself in different attire, or just maybe after a workout, I might just go out and do some infield legs. So it doesn't make a difference at the end of the day. I just usually my mornings start early. Sometimes they end late. Sometimes they finish early. But at the end of the day, I show up to the gym, and then that dictates the rest of my day. It's that simple. Think of it as easy anywhere around the world, even in India. Yet I have not been there, so I can't be a practitioner and be like, hey, it's picking up girls. But look at, just because you're like either in the West Coast and the East Coast in the US, or if you're down in Australia in like Byron Bay or even Sydney in like major cities, it doesn't make a difference. Hard, it's just in the beholder's eyes. And it's that simple as well. For me, there's no easy, there's no hard. This is one thing that I understand, and I'm just going to make this clear. Hey Francis, what's your closing rate? In the high 90 percentage. Once I'm in that interaction with the girl, the only thing that's going to affect me is I don't have enough time. So with the right amount of time, you can take what object. You can take any girl home. It's that simple. Let's switch this around. So look, all right, that sounds coming in hot. With the right amount of time, you can take home any girl. It's that simple. Though it's all in the beholder's eyes. What's easy and what's hard. Canada, in my personal opinion, I spent about almost 3 years with a Canadian girl that I dated in my mid-20s. Great girl. I was going to Vancouver religiously, religiously. Put your suit right, bro. All right. Any other legitimate questions? If not, I might just wrap it. What are the updates as of today? The updates as of today, made the decision yesterday afternoon to get back on the live streams regularly. I can't say how often, but just more regularly. So make sure your notifications are on. As of today, I will post this video for anyone that hasn't seen any of my content in 3 months. The update as of today, I'll put this on post. You'll see more live streams. Night Game will be coming back strong. Will we film them? Unless I have someone to film Night Game, possibly, or if I hire someone, I'm in the verge. But quite simply, I'm just preparing for the Annihilation Project once my number 2 comes from Australia. And we'll leave it at that. So those are pretty much the 2 big announcements. Storytelling. Yeah, so it's interesting. Check this out. I guess the last girl that I hooked up with, she left like these. I'm like, okay. And I didn't realize that until like I was sitting down. I was just like, oh wow, wait a second. And then I was like, what the fuck is this? Look at this. Yeah. I was like, why do I have this shit? How did I not notice? But at the end of the day, it is what it is. I got some new things I'm going to try out too in the new place. Unless we have any other questions, infield cold approach coming back regularly. Secondary, we have night games. So if you want to see stories on the night games and um, see how I close every single time via the night game, you're gonna have to stay tuned on the IG stories for minute-to-minute updates. I do have a video posting shortly for the guys that are in tune now. I got to start working on those timestamps at another location. And until then, I guess I'll see you on the next one. Unless anyone has a question. Ryan, Latin or Asian? Latin or Asian, if that's a question of what's my preference. I don't have a specific nationality of preference that I only cold approach. Because quite simply, like this is what it comes down to. And a few people asked me this somewhat recently, and throughout the course of like where I'm at, approaching my cold approach skill set. I don't allow a wall, a block. I don't pick up African American, Asian, everything in between, tall, short, big or thick, thin. Because how I feel and what I have experienced is that the moment you put any sort of block, it's going to handicap you. Yes, you ask me, yo, what's your preference? I'll tell you Russian, Sweden, and Norwegian, and opposed to any others, but I do not strictly focus on just picking up Russian, Sweden, and Norwegian girls because it's just going to handicap. And then when I like confidence, the number, like, Joe Francis, what do you like? As well, I like horse, but I like confidence, and confidence at this point trumps every single thing. Confidence, 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 and that leads to why now these three girls, Sweden, Norwegian, and Russian, because these women have confidence, fucking confidence, followed by just natural beauty. Yo, what is beauty? Someone that doesn't have to put a makeup, a face. They don't have to validate themselves constantly on fucking social media and take 1,000 pictures to get one image. They're just stunningly beautiful on structure, color of eyes, every single thing, and they're just naturally not fat. That is fucking beauty. That goes confidence. So Sweden, Norwegian, and Russian have very high level of confidence all across the board, natural confidence, because they're raised differently with different ethics and morals all across the board and discipline. Not all I could say, but from my traveling experience and a lot of conversations and dozens of hookups, that is just going to be it. American girls, everyone has makeup on, everyone's putting just a facade. They're not true to themselves and they have no fucking integrity, but that goes hand in hand quite simply on a non-judgmental playing field. They're just living like if they're going to live forever, and it's really unfortunate, but I wish only with older age comes more experience, and then that's that. But if you take from someone else's experiences in life, why not make your life a little better? That's all I got to say on that. Which girl? Not that girl. There's typically tucked inside. It's let's see what we got. Day game is happening today, and we'll see what comes from it. Like I said, these live stream infills are just all disposable. All disposable. Disposable. You can pick up a girl in 7 minutes. You can pick up a girl in an hour and a half. You might have to pick up 17 girls or talk to 3 girls, and you end up just doing on an instant date and leaving with her. So fuck it. All disposable. Mark my words. For the bigger picture. What city? Los Angeles. How do you be more dominant in the conversation? Never be aggressive. Dominant, just keep leading the interaction forward. And depends on the environment. If you're at a coffee shop, you know, you can throw one little thing out there, pretty direct, and then stack onto another thing, continue on that, and then another thing. But night game, you can be very dominant, never aggressive. There's no need for that. And at the same time, too, understand that there's always cameras where you go. So just never put your hands on a girl unless, she welcomes it. And in the context of you're dancing with her, making out with her, cool, but still know that never be aggressive and dominant, just keep leading. So it's really a little different. It'd be kind of cool to shoot a live stream at night just to show you guys, some approaches. Who knows? I'll give an example. There's good lighting because that what tends to be the issue is when being infield at night is fucking dark as fuck. Opposed to potential music that's playing on the background, I might get a copy strike or a copy claim. It is what it is, and I just got to email YouTube, kind of playing a thin line. But at the same time, too, it's like, what am I gonna stop? But at the same time, too, nothing's being done. I'm not making money off of YouTube, Google AdSense, none of that, dude. I'm just I'm showing you guys practical for the bigger goals, approaching 10 years in this industry, and super excited to get this Annihilation project off the ground. Last night's session got really offensive when I tried to keynote. Slow it down, make an adjustment, and, just don't be disrespectful. That's pretty much it. Yeah, electric bike. We're still dipping in electric bikes. We got both of them ready to roll. Always ready, charged up and ready to go. Is there cameras at the beach? Can you do a beach stream? I've tried. I do miss the beach. I need to make an adjustment on my bike, and then we can head out to the beach and just go do a little lap. I think it sounds pretty fucking cool. Who knows? We'll see what's in store for tomorrow, or even Sunday. As of today, Friday, I'm not too sure. I don't want to kind of just say what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go out there and just hit the live button, see what we get ourselves into. I'm excited. This skill set, it's ingrained. It's a lifestyle. I mean, it's you can get a number leaving, follow up. What are they? Identifying what's the quote unquote appropriate time to message a girl. I tend to, whatever numbers I get, I'll just do a quick follow up. Be Francis from a moment ago, and then from that point, it is Friday. So then tonight at around 6 or 7 p.m. I'll set an alarm clock, and then I'll just start forwarding copyright to a certain point messages to girls and see what they got going on. Just message them all and see who's going to respond. If we have a couple girls or one girl, hey, that is awesome, right? From the numbers that you collected in the course of your day, your weeks, So at the end of the day with Alec Baldwin, it sounds like he's in some legal issues right now, but I just found out this morning. He says, always be closing ABC. It's that simple, close, get a number, meet up, we gotta stay focused every single day on the day and what we do in between all of that as well. I'm gonna have a coffee, cool. I'm gonna pop a 44-minute live stream with 14 people or maybe even 20, if I had a live stream shooting info. So at the end of the day, make every moment count and don't think about tomorrow. Think about right now. Right now it's, I believe, approaching 10 a.m. here in Los Angeles. We got a video coming out in about an hour or so. I got to work on those timestamps, and then we'll see what we get ourselves into. I kind of already know, but it's not like minute to minute, but we kind of have to have a certain structure and schedule. It's that simple, right? But stay tuned for that one. I'll give credit to my biggest fan in Canada on a video he made. He loves my elbow patches. And let's says here, Twitchy. Twitchy wants to know. Yeah, I guess, yeah, so Alec Bowen, I don't understand how he shoots that situation out as well, right? I was just correlating what I saw earlier this morning about him accidentally shooting two. Like, how in the fuck does. But the clip of like always be closing, that's why I brought him up. And yeah, that's that. But always be closing, get a number, make the day count. Wherever you go, you can get numbers. And it's just setting these small little micro goals as well. Like I told myself, like moving into the building where I'm at, if I'm going to be in a position paying this amount of rent, let me weigh out my pros and cons. I have to be to the gym. I got to focus on my upper body, shaping up my man boobs. And for the most part, my strength has drastically increased from when I initially moved in there, and now initially that is ingrained to show up every single day. Obviously, I'm not on the bench press every single day, but I am constantly focusing on stamina and strength, good combination as well. And if I make these small little nutrition adjustments, I would see some probably night and day changes. But until then, I'll do what I got to do. But let's get back to any other questions. How do you earn money? I do a lot of coaching calls. That's pretty much why I don't post as much to the gym. And I do calls and calls and calls and calls and calls and calls because I do teach in field practical, strictly practical. But it is a premium to pay because I'm all practical. And I take this very serious. It's not fucking around. And I don't travel unless the circumstances, we got to talk about that. But until then, I'm pretty based here in the West Coast, and the premium's pretty steep for a lot of people. But quite simply, people that want a result, they don't question the price, and then that's just what I'm good at. I take this very serious. Just because I'm not shooting a live stream doing that or doing coaching calls, I'm constantly refining my skill sets enough. Like when I'm sitting at the wall right now with the window. Yeah, I was trying this direction, because of whatever the case may be. But there's opportunity everywhere we go, guys. So this is where we got to just sit the fuck down, analyze, assessment. How do we feel physically? How do we feel mentally? And it's just going to be game over. Like a lot of things I understand, but the basic things are ingrained. That's all I need to know. Right amount of time, good energy. You can close every single girl. It's that simple. But there's a fucking road to get to in order to get to that right amount of time and the best energy possible. Drastic. It's game over. Coat smelling like fucking ass. It can take place. And I'm excited to bring that. We'll leave it at that. All right, let's take a look. Any other questions? How do you get that confident mindset? How many interactions do you need to warm up? If the question is directly, George, towards me, how many interactions I need to warm up, I don't need any. I don't need a warm up. I don't believe there is a thing in even myself approaching 10 years, January 19th, 2022, that I've been in this, to rewind it back to my first couple of months. There's no warm up. When you show up, you just have to show up. It's to show up. Same analogy I shared when I go to the gym. I just got to show up to the gym. Everything else is going to follow. I might be tight, lower back, like whatever the fuck I may be feeling at the gym. That's why I jump on the cardio machine and I alternate so I don't get bored. And that goes hand in hand about being bored, about going to different locations, and then never that same location ever. Multiple locations, okay? It's just like the treadmill and the Stairmaster. Then once I'm on the treadmill or Stairmaster, all right, I'm tight. All right, cool. Am I going to do an incline? Am I going to pick up the pace? Am I going to run? Am I going to do a brisk walk? So there's no warm up. Just do an assessment on how you feel, and then just go. If you're feeling calm and collective, go do some day game. you're feeling a little bit more energy, because you're going to have a little higher energy, so it is subjective, then go do some night game. Now, there is difference from a bar, a lounge, and a nightclub. Nightclub is the stimulus of all stimulus. Bunch of shit happening everywhere. You got loud music. First, you got loud music, long lines. You got tables and fucking girls trying to get into the tables, guys trying to recruit girls into the tables. You got the bar that's full. You got a lot of shit that's happening in a nightclub. But I'm going to share with you one thing. Night game, the best there is. The best. If you can do night game every single day, you will see drastic fucking results. And I only share it because, not because I had a mentor or two, is because I put myself out there. First, I believed in the process. Secondary, I was mandatory going out because I put myself out there with the mentor to do whatever I could do to offer value. And I was able to film for him. And I just started seeing patterns of recognition quick. And then I picked up every opportunity that I had. I would start approaching. And then I started getting little minor results. And from that point, I had certain scenarios, very last minute, and certain. We'll leave it at that. It's a beautiful thing. It's quite simply, but night game is where it's at. You want to rapid speed up this process for sure. Meditation, awareness-based help your interaction sometimes when you have done it. Meditation is probably hot. Meditation is, there's different forms of meditation, and I've not stared at a wall ever. I've not stared at a tree, not stared at fucking nothing. I just strive myself yet to this day and even previously to minimize all fucking noise. Turn off all notifications off on your apps, except obviously text. Unless you're getting blown up a lot via text, and find a discipline on that. But what has worked for me, quite simply, cut all the noise out. When notifications on your phone, unless it's work related or social media is making you money for sure. But if it's not making you money, and even if it's making you money and it's distracting you, then find a happy medium. But until then, this is what you need to do. Let me rephrase this. This is what has worked for me. You have to just cancel all the strive to minimize and cancel all the noise out. That's what I have done drastically since summer started, and now approaching middle of October. There's like close to no noise in my headspace, and I'm excited. And that's what allowed me to build whatever was built recently in the last 3 months, being at the gym religiously daily, at the gym, early morning clockings, making those tweaks in between, accountability all across the board, from the skill in my bathroom, from ordering 7 pairs of shorts, from Gymshark, from having all my high quality protein, amino acids, vitamins, like just all the little things. Like Denzel Washington says, all the little things matter. The little things is what matters. The little things what matters. That's what matters. So now, what I would suggest on the meditation, just minimize and clear out all the noise. Family members, certain individuals, how much time you're consuming, what's your screen time on your phone, iPad, computer, and it feels good. It feels good. Some good questions, Richie. What do you do? So this is a question, quite simply, I'll break it down to what I do on negative comments, hate comments. I share a certain thing on that, like someone calling the restaurant when I went out with this girl that the video will post. You'll see the whole thing, and then you'll see the beauty of my frame control when the female after them. So this is what took place for anyone that's just tuning in. So I shared previously. I shared previously that uh, one of my biggest fans in Canada, he called twice. Um, First, he called the girl that I pulled in Vegas, said, "Hey, you're being filmed by this guy named Francis." Secondary time interaction, he called the location where I was at. So the manager came, wanted to talk to me. I said, "Sure." I talked to him. I was like, "We're actually leaving. It's not a big deal." But my frame control, because I ended up leaving with her, and just understand that my frame control is pretty strong. So regarding individuals like him, comments, I don't have much to say, but I wish them well and I'll pray for them. It's that simple. I have no hatred or anything like that, as I mentioned previously when I shared what I shared on this whole scenario about the video that's going to be posted pretty shortly on that girl that I went out with on July 22nd. And that relationship has manifested beautifully. And you'll be seeing more of her soon. But until then, how do I do it? There's no space on my hard drive to allow them to come in because there's other things that are taking place simultaneously on the path that I'm going, that it's just, there's a firewall. They just don't come in there. But I mean this, like, just why don't you just get off your computer and just go approach and work on the skill set, no matter if you're in India or anywhere around the world. Like, just get off the computer and go approach. That's pretty much all I have to say. But like I said, there's a firewall and they can't get into my drive. It's just that simple. You know what I mean? How do I keep moving? Quite simply, the skill set in my kid. It's like, that's all the fucking medicine that I need. That's just, that's all I needed. That's pretty much it. Focus on the kid day in and day out, and then focus on the skill set. That is about it. No noise, no nothing. That's just fucking. It's like tunnel vision. It's that simple. I look forward to the Annihilation Project. Red pill. Guys are afraid to approach. I'll be honest with you guys. I don't. I'm not even informed because how I stay in my own lane. The differences between, it looks like now there's like the red pill, the blue pill, the white pill, the black pill. I think there's a fifth pill. God damn, stay off the internet. Like, forget about this group and this group. What about just like understanding and just realizing, why did we start into this industry or community, whatever it may be, learn how to pick up girls. That's why we're only here, to pick up girls. That's that's it. To pick up girls and get pattern recognition of what works and what doesn't work. And when I do these interviews from time to time, whatever the case may be, and it's rare that I do them because everyone already has a certain projected, um, they have already a certain frame established when they talk to you, no matter what. They're just trying to, I just appreciate my time very, very much. So for me to see me on an interview, it's going to be rare because at the end of the day, all information is subjective, and I'm only going to share with you from my experience on my fucking platform, and I'll show you on the IG stories. I got to get more active on them. I was going to shoot. It is what it is. What else could have, should have, some work. It's just about the now. Who's that honky? I believe there was another update I was going to talk about, but quite simply, I don't think I have much at this point. Unless you guys have anything else, I think we're going to wrap up. I think it's been a lovely 59 minutes. Coffee was excellent. Until then, we have a new video coming out. And if you're watching this post, then you're going to have to watch this video. Stay tuned for the updates. Let me think about if there's anything else that I have to share besides the gym. It's coming along pretty well. And as well, Halloween is next month, so night game is going to be in full effect. Maybe if I'm not teaching on Halloween weekend next week, I will be out on Halloween. Location wise, I'm not sure where, but hopefully it's in a place where there's good lighting so that we can pop a live stream and just show you how it's done. All right. Well, 60 minutes has been solid. I don't think I have much to say. That's the update. Took the Q&A, the story tell. How did I hook up with this chick? That I have this here in my jacket. In the building where I lived, there was a pool on the rooftop. I believe so. And this girl would be hanging out. Okay, yeah, that's the story. So there was this short, small, petite. She was Korean. I believe she was Korean. Okay, story time, real quick. Korean girl at the place. Yeah, this is bouncing around. There was this Korean small petite girl that lived or was there religiously, regularly at the building where I lived. Seen this other guy, and I tend to always be at the pool with a different girl, and she ended up having multiple dialogue conversations with multiple of these girls that eventually maybe that built something of an image in her eyes. So then that being said, um, what led eventually, obviously, for me to date her. Well, not date her. A few handful of times actually that we had encounters, but um, leading up to how that took place is that she was seeing this guy. I don't know what the fuck was the relationship, but at the end of the day, uh, I would be at the pool, multiple girls, obviously in different settings. Fucking, I have a separate phone um, that I'm constantly texting and not. I mean, I don't know the exact count on the numbers, but quite simply, I'm at the pool, different girls. She tends to be there at the pool for some reason, like if she had a camera at the pool. I'm not too sure, but quite simply, it manifested where she had at least had 4 to 5 different conversations with different girls. Me being at the pool and her chilling either sometimes by herself or with that one guy, never got a name, didn't even know in what unit he lived in, but quite simply, they would be at the pool and she'd try to get some close of close proximity with the guy, and whatever the case may be, quite simply, I have no ounce of jealousy in me because people are going to cheat no matter what, and that is that. It's that simple as well. It's kind of warming up. I'm liking it. So she's getting close to him. That has no effect because I'm tunnel vision, focusing on my individual, focusing on my subject, trying to move it further and further, enjoying the process and having a good time at the pool. And from that point, where was my window of opportunity that I had with her? She was actually at 98 degrees here in Hollywood. So we're at 98 degrees, and I stepped out quickly, and she was coming in. And then from there, the dialogue while we were waiting for our food, I stepped out to check the vehicle or whatever the case may be, but I came back in, and then that's where it started. 98 degrees, waiting for our food, and that's pretty much game over from that point as well. So we number exchange, um, and then from that point, number exchange, then followed by a couple texts, and then it was approaching. I'm not sure what holiday or something was taking place on a Friday or a Saturday, and quite simply, I got her out, and when she came out that first time, that memory is always going to be vivid. She looked, she smelled, everything was to the T, to precision. It was just like beautiful. Like it all worked out well. That's that was a very fond first time memory on top of many. That one just like it was good. It was really good. And I'll leave it at that. I don't know what took place. Eventually, like anything else, life goes on. But you got to be present. You got to be present to the moment. You got to really, really enjoy it. Because at the end of the day, in the final analysis of our life, what's life mean? What's life mean towards you? I don't know. For me, about the experiences, and really, really fucking enjoying them, and just be free from the fucking outcome. And always do things right. I see the most popular Girl, you pulled? No, definitely not. I mean, that's just a fun. I mean, fuck. No, 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 no. I mean, popular in whose eyes, but that's a memory that stood out. Um, there's a lot. There's a lot of. I'm gonna share with you that approaching 10 years in January, a lot of my um, encounters, SDLs, day twos, day threes, cold approach, you know, SNLs have been, yeah, a lot of my experiences are quite vivid in my mind. Like, it's that simple. Like, I mean, that is what keeps me going. Like, for my selfish reasons, that's why I make certain sacrifices on my end, because when I'm out, I'll turn it on in a second. When I'm out with a client and he has these blinders, he's got these blinders on in the context that he can't see opportunity where he's at and everywhere he's going. It's like we need to make some strong assessments and judgments, because now at this place, and I'm leaving soon, same girl. Look at that. Jesus, for fuck's sake. But we'll leave it at that. I see opportunity. He sees tunnel vision, blinders. You got to open up your eyes. You got to be present in the moment. I see opportunity. I wish I could at some point reduce my premium, but the premium keeps increasing because I keep on working on my skill set. And until further notice, my night game will show. I'll leave it at that. But yeah, it's a beautiful thing. It's really a beautiful thing. Experiences are everything in life, man. That's pretty much what I strive for. And to everywhere. All right. I think I'm out. 67 minutes in. We got 5 likes. Awesome. So anybody watching this video on post, tune in on the previous video that I shared. I'm going to put something in the description. I got to work on those timestamps. Give me 1 second. Let's check the time real quick. All right. So we got 22 minutes until our video is going to publish. And I hope you guys enjoy it. All right, guys. Let's see. Let me see. All right. I think that's all I got for today. 22 minutes as of now. Stay tuned. Video coming up. I got to work on those timestamps at another location. Until then, be sure, quite simply, know the deal. Notifications, find out when live streams are taking place. More live streams are going to be taking place. That's why I'm going to publish this video. So anybody watching this on post is going to have to make sure your notifications are on and subscribe. The secondary as well. Instagram, IG stories for minute-to-minute updates. Nike are probably not going to be filmed live stream until Annihilation Projects begins. And that is that. So I hope to see you guys. And anyone that's interested, obviously, in coaching from the best cold approach instructor that teaches pure practical, DM strictly on Instagram.